Escape to the action at Seminole Casino in Immokalee. It is Vegas style 24/7. Because just like Vegas, Seminole Casino never closes. It is pure entertainment anytime you want. And it is truly where paradise wins. Summer is practically here, and everyone is, of course, eager to get outside. After a winter cuddled up indoors for most of the country, it's likely that our four-legged best friend is suffering from canine cabin fever or maybe heat fever in our case. So why not consider taking your pet on your next great adventure? It could just bring you closer together, right? Andrew Skirka, named Adventure of the Year by National Geographic Adventure, joins us now to share tips on how to help your pooch put their best paw forward. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being here. We're talking a little bit about cabin fever with our pets. You know, here in Florida, it's so hot. We stay indoors because we're cooped up from the heat all the time. But what do we need to do to help get them outdoors a little bit? They're probably getting a little anxious. I know mine are, my two border collies.
Certainly. Well, hiking in the summertime is a great thing to do with your animal. Certainly, they're down in Florida. You got to be careful of the heat, but hiking is a great opportunity for you to be outdoors, and it's also a great opportunity to bond with your animal. In fact, Petco recently did a study in which they found that hiking is the #1 activity among pet parents. But pet parents also had a lot of concerns about hiking with their dog. They were concerned about how the dog would react to their new environment, whether the dog might get lost, and then finally they're a little nervous about whether dogs are permitted in certain areas. So the most important thing to do before you leave for a hike with your dog is to do a little bit of research about the area that you're going to, understand the regulations regarding hiking with your dog, and then understand the conditions that you're going to be encountering in terms of temperatures and water availability, sun exposure, wildlife, insects, and other environmental concerns. And before you go, make sure that your dog is healthy enough for the activities that you're proposing. Visit your veterinarian and make sure to get medical clearance.
Well, what I love about my two dogs, my border collies, they're working dogs, and they're obsessed with their tennis ball. I throw it a couple times. When they're finished, they walk to the front door, so they let me know when they're done. What signs should we look out for to know that, okay, maybe it's too much, they've been on the walk too long? What do we need to pay attention to?
Well, during the hot summer days, the most important thing to be attentive to is dehydration. And some of the early warning signs that your dog may be becoming dehydrated or a change in behavior. You might notice that the dog is panting excessively or that it's staring off. So when you're outdoors with your dog, make sure to have plenty of water. Over time, you will get to understand how much water your dog consumes on a hike of a given length. But until then, be safe rather than sorry and take more than enough.
I love that on-the-go dog bowl that I just saw there, too. How about what we should pack with us? Maybe that's one of the things. If we're packing a picnic or just a backpack for wherever we go for our walk or our hike, what should we put in there?
Well, the most important thing whenever you're outdoors, and this is the case whether you're on your own or with your dog, is to bring your brain. Anticipate risks, make good decisions, know your limits. And there are also some real important items to take with you when you are going to be hiking with your dog. Make sure that you have a good collar and a leash and a harness, and have your dog's identifications up to date. Bring plenty of food and water, and then finally, based on the environmental conditions that you're likely to encounter, bring some items that might make your dog more comfortable. If your dog has fair skin, consider some sunscreen, bring some pest control, and then finally, as you probably know, your border collie's running all over the place. Sometimes their paws get torn up by asphalt or by rugged trails, so consider some dog booties for extra protection.
I love it. What a great idea. We can see why you were named Adventure of the Year, Andrew. Thank you so much.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for having me. And for any of the essentials that I just talked about, you can visit petco.com/summer.
Thanks for the website. Thanks for being on the show. We're also going to have more on this segment on our website. Just go to fox4morningblend.com.